Live from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Bringing you the news from Sri Lanka and across the world, it's your national news broadcast on Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation. I am Siobhan Pereira.
And I'm Sharon Mascarenhas. First, it's a look at the day's headlines.
A group of detainees of Matara prison have been transferred to Angunakolapalasa prison due to crashing of a branch of a boat tree onto the prison building. A detainee dies and 11 others injured. The all-share price index of the stock market records an all-time high in the new year. A new WhatsApp number by the Ministry of Labour to promote efficiency in services. Highest allocation of funds so far to the Ministry of Health in the coming budget. 22,967 vehicle accidents reported during last year, 2,000 reported dead. One person dies in a vehicle blast in Las Vegas in the United States.
In your local news in detail, steps have been taken to transfer a group of detainees to Angunakolapalasa prison after a branch of a boat tree fell on the Matara prison.
In the mishap occurred last night, one detainee died and 11 others were injured. 12 detainees of G and F wards of Matara prison have been injured when a branch of a boat tree fell on it. The detainees were admitted to the Matara hospital and one person is reported to have died. According to hospital sources, one out of the injured is said to be in critical condition. 7 detainees have been returned to prison after receiving treatment in the afternoon today. The detainee who died in this incident is a person who had been imprisoned for not paying a fine of 20,000 rupees in connection with an illegal narcotic business. It has been reported that he is a resident of Turkey village of Midiyagama, Matara. The magistrate's investigation for the damage caused by the fallen tree has been conducted today. Magistrate Aruna Indrajit Buddhadasa ordered the concerned parties to present a report regarding the crashing of the boat tree branch and the removal of the tree in the coming session of the case. The minister also ordered to take necessary steps to remove the tree immediately as possible. Accordingly, Wildlife Office of Matara, State Timber Corporation and Matara Divisional Secretariat conducted an on-the-spot inspection. Prison officials surveyed about reconstructing the damaged building and archaeological officials also inspected the building since it has been a very old one. Media spokesman to the prison's Gamini B. Disanaika said that the security outside the prison has been beefed up by the Sri Lanka Police, Special Task Force and the Army for the safety of the prison. He said that the prison headquarters has visited to look into the matter today. He added that the discussions have been conducted regarding future activities by the Chief Engineer and several other officials at the venue. Now, the all-share price index of the Colombo Stock Exchange recorded an all-time high by 403.9 units in 2025. By the end of trading today, it has been recorded as 16,348.55 units. The total turnover has been 12.8 billion rupees.
The Colombo stock markets started the new year on a bullish note, with all-share price index recording 400 points gains and turnover reaching 12.8 billion rupees. Trades counts recorded 63,000, which is highest in almost last 3 years. The all-share price index also recorded gains for the 25 straight sessions, showing the strong investor confidence. The announcement of the completion of external debt restructuring, prevailing low inflation and the lower interest rates are leading factors for the strong activities in the stock market. During this period, the largest gainers are the sectors such as banking, finance, manufacturing, and notably the tourism. The increased tourism largely contributing to the gains on the sector. In addition to that, the expectation of the vehicle importation and commencement of projects such as Port City are also contributing positively to the sustaining of the market sentiments.
In other stories, the central bank points out that the Sri Lanka rupee continued its appreciating trend despite experiencing some volatility in the latter part of the year. The Sri Lanka rupee recorded a monthly depreciation for the month of December 2024. However, the Sri Lankan rupee appreciated by 10.7% against the US dollar during the year. Meanwhile, reflecting cross-currency movements, the Sri Lankan rupee appreciated against other major currencies such as the euro, the pound sterling, the Chinese yuan and the Japanese yen, the Indian rupee and the Australian dollar during the year. In line with the nominal appreciation of the Sri Lankan rupee during the year up to end November 2024, the real effective exchange rate against the basket of 24 currencies also appreciated. Accordingly, REAR 24 index increased from 70.2 at the end December 2023 to 75.4 at end November 2024, reflecting a reduction in external competitiveness during the period.
Now, the final stage of the third school term of 2024 in government and government-approved private schools commenced today. The new school term of 2025 will commence on the 27th of this month. Accordingly, the education authorities have decided to hold the final stage of the third term of all schools up to the 24th of this month. The final term tests will be held from tomorrow. The new school term of this year will commence on the 27th and will go on till the 14th of March. In the meantime, admission of students to grade 1 in 2025 for government and government-approved private schools will be held on the 30th of this month.
Deputy Minister Namal Karunaratne says that the fertilizer subsidy would be provided without failure during this week, for the farmers did not receive it so far. The minister expressed these views after a program held at the Ministry of Agriculture today. Deputy Minister Namal Karunaratne said that the farmers who did not receive their fertilizer subsidy would be given during this week. He added that by the next season, their subsidy for fertilizer would definitely be provided. The Deputy Minister further said that the fertilizer subsidy would be provided to the farmers once they start their cultivation. Paddy storages and rice processing centres in the Matara district were inspected by officials of the head office of the Consumer Affairs Authority today. An evaluation of stocks of paddy and rice available with rice businessmen was also conducted, along with paying attention to maintaining wholesale and retail prices.
Now, according to Sri Lanka Customs, a serious attention has been paid to the standard of imported rice. Media spokesman of Customs Sivali Arupavahini says that 80,000 metric tons of rice have already been imported. Media spokesman and Additional Director General of Customs Sivali Arupavahini said that in case the quality of imported rice is not up to mark, it will not be released to the market and would be variably checked. He said that the stocks of rice would be inspected by the inspectors of the Ministry of Health and quarantine of officials of the Ministry of Agriculture. He further said that the stocks of rice would be released only after the approval of the concerned quarters, when it is confirmed that it is fit for human consumption. He also said that there is no possibility in the standards of rice since 85,000 metric tons of rice have been imported to Sri Lanka. He added that among them 52,000 metric tons of rice are boiled rice and 33,000 metric tons are kakula rice. Sivali Arupavahini further said that the stocks have been already released and steps have been taken by the importers to distribute them to the consumers. He added that stocks of 85,000 metric tons of rice includes 780 metric tons of rice imported by the State Trading General Corporation. He further said that the government has granted permission to import rice until the 10th of January, and accordingly the import of rice would continue.
Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya says that investigations have to be conducted regarding the turning away of students who are studying in the advanced level classes from school. The Prime Minister says that the children should not avoid their educational opportunities at any cost. The Prime Minister made this observation taking part in an inspection tour at the Maharagama National Education Institute. The Prime Minister said that the concerning trend of declining attendance in advanced level classrooms, particularly among boys, and noted that increasing numbers of students are withdrawing from the education system. She stressed that education should be accessible to every child, free from social or economic barriers, ensuring opportunities for higher education from early childhood development through 13 years of schooling. The Prime Minister emphasized the importance of making personal and social transformation a key objective of education. The Prime Minister said that the government is dedicated to implementing transformative educational changes that will create opportunities for children to connect with the modern world and drive the social transformation sought by people. She said that the government regard every allocation for education as an investment in the nation's future with the goal of shaping responsible citizens. She also said that the National Institute of Education plays a crucial role in this complex and long-term process.
Now, the Ministry of Labour has introduced a new WhatsApp number in order to raise the efficiency of their services. People can forward their requests through the same number as well. Now, it is expected to expedite the concessions and mediations of the people from the Ministry of Labour and the Labour Department. At the same time, one of the aims of introduction of this WhatsApp number is to provide quick responses for service problems of private and semi-government employees. Accordingly, people can forward their requests to their WhatsApp number 0707 227877. Now, the United States officials said that police are investigating after a Tesla Cybertruck filled with fuel canisters and firework mortars exploded outside the Trump Hotel in Las Vegas in Nevada.
The driver was killed and 7 people were injured, police said that without naming any of the individuals involved. The truck was rented in Colorado and arrived in the city yesterday morning, less than 2 hours before the detonation. The officials stated that parked in front of the Trump Hotel near a glass entrance, the vehicle started to smoke, then exploded. The President Joe Biden said that the White House was tracking the incident and law enforcement was investigating whether there's any possible connection with the attack in New Orleans, where improvised explosive devices were found near the scene that killed at least 15 people and dozens were injured. Furthermore, the FBI also stated that the agency was looking into whether the incident might be an act of terrorism. Authorities said they currently had not confirmed the identity of the driver who died in the vehicle. Authorities also said thus far they had not found any evidence that this accident was related to ease.
Eyes on the world is on the US right now, and there's much talk about security, terrorism, who's involved, and much more. But we thought we'll have a very clear discussion on it by getting our international correspondent and a gentleman who has much knowledge on this topic and also around the world. Joining us today is Mr. Prasad Dorangorage. Good to have you with us. It's terrifying to hear such stories within the 24 hours with number of incidents that's taking place. And let's talk a bit about America's security right now in Los Angeles.
Yes, Sharon, very clearly there's a major concern on the security of the United States at the moment because of these incidents. And these incidents, we have to remember, these incidents are taking place at a very crucial time, because on the 20th of this month, new President Donald Trump is to assume duties. So and this period is the last part of the transitional period from Biden era to Trump era. And at the same time, we could see kind of increase of violent activities. Now, on the 1st of January, we saw the New Orleans truck attack. So clearly an attack. Earlier, whatever said and done, now it's proved that it was a perpetrated attack. Then this Cybertruck blast in Las Vegas near the Trump Hotel. Then there was another incident reported in New York, a shooting incident in front of a nightclub, injuring 11 people, but there's no link already established any, we don't see any kind of link between these incidents. However, FBI very clearly stated that they are conducting investigations pointing out that these attacks are suspected terror activities, because when we take these cases one by one, the January 1st New Orleans attack, it was conducted by a US military veteran who served in Afghanistan, Jabbar, and it was very clear that he masterminded this attack for some time, because he had posted videos related to this type of attacks and various comments and various statements made by him regarding the Islamic State movement. And after the attack, investigators found that IS flag, or the flag of the Islamic State, inside that vehicle, and another unexploded improvised explosive device inside the truck. And at the same time, the attacker, Jabbar, was armed, because he was killed during a firefight between him and the police, New Orleans police. So the first attack in New Orleans took place at a very during the very festival mood at that time in the New Orleans, because that area, the French sector of the New Orleans city, as well as especially the Bourbon Street, was very popular among the New Year revelers, especially young crowd. The people who killed in this, the 15 people who killed in this attack, mostly young people. So there's a very sensitive issue. And at the same time, now there's a big question about the security of the upcoming major football tournament, football match in New Orleans, because the Sugar Bowl, it's a crowd puller. Thousands of people visit to watch that game. Now the cities, the city authorities, now they said they are going to hold that event. They're not going to cancel the event. However, the providing security to such a crowded event, still there is a problem. And at the same time, FBI is trying to find links between this attack, New Orleans attack, and the Cybertruck, because the Cybertruck attack, there are we can see kind of symbolism. The truck exploded in front of the Trump Hotel in Las Vegas, and it was a Cybertruck, which is icon of Trump's one of the main supporters, Elon Musk. So there are some concerns about these things, although we don't see any link has been established about these factors, but there are concerns. And at the same time, the inauguration of Donald Trump, as I mentioned in my comment earlier. So these things are under investigation and very high concern, especially among the US FBI and other security agencies. At the same time, we have to think about the similar attacks happen elsewhere in the world, because we remember 20th of December, just before the Christmas in Germany, there was a similar attack, killing 5 people and injuring 200 people. But now the German government said that the person who conducted that attack was kind of a mentally disturbed person, Saudi national doctor. But still there are investigations going on about these incidents. At the same time, before I conclude my comment, Sharon, I would like to pay my attention on a statement made by the anti-terrorism expert of the United Nations few months back, last August. That agency and the head of that agency made a statement saying that Daesh activities, Daesh means the Islamic State terror activities, are on rise in various places of the world, because that group, now we know that the IS group was dealt a major blow back in 2017 and 2018 during the Syrian war, and the operational capacity of IS was severely damaged during that time. But now most of the anti-terror experts mentioned that especially the UN security anti-terror head Vladimir Voronko specially mentioned that places like in Afghanistan and Syria, and in certain places like Somalia and other several North African countries, the Daesh activities are on rise, because those areas they can easily train their members. Earlier, back in 2000, since 2012, 2013 up to 2018, they use Syrian soil to train their members and send them elsewhere in the world to conduct attacks. However, after the Syrian war come to a certain halt, now they have find, according to security experts, new training grounds and new operational areas have been designated to Daesh group. So that statement also we have to take into account.
It's not an easy topic that we can stop along the way, because there are so many other factors to consider here, especially about gun threats in the US as well. And with the current incidents that's taking place, I believe in the coming days we will learn and bring you the updates on this, on the investigations and the ongoing investigations that we'll hear about it. So thank you very much, Mr. Prasad Bodangorage, for bringing us that update on the details for us on the US incident. From the US, I believe we are moving to cricket back at home.
Absolutely. Now, Sri Lanka was able to win the first international cricket match played this year by winning the third T20 international against New Zealand by 7 runs.
The match ended at Saxton Oval Stadium, Cricket Stadium in Nelson, New Zealand today, renewing a number of records.
Winning the toss, New Zealand invited Sri Lanka to bat first. Accordingly, Pathum Nissanka and Kusal Mendis opened the innings, and Pathum Nissanka was out for 14 runs as the first wicket fell. Kusal Mendis scored 22 runs in an excellent inning played. Kusal Janit Pereira posted his first T20 century, scoring 101 runs in 46 balls, which included 4 sixes and 13 boundaries. The innings has been recorded as the fastest T20 century scored by a Sri Lankan player. It has also been recorded as the third T20 century scored by a Sri Lankan player. Previously, Mahela Jayawardene has scored 100 runs in 64 balls in 2010 and Tilakaratne Dilshan 104 runs in 57 balls in 2011. Kusal Mendis became the first player to surpass 2,000 runs in the T20 team. Sri Lanka scored 18 runs for the loss of 5 wickets in their allotted 20 overs. The total goes into the record books as the second highest score by a Sri Lankan team in a T20 match. In the meantime, this has also been the highest total posted by Sri Lanka against New Zealand. The total has also gone into the records as the highest score by a team in a T20 match at Saxton Oval Cricket Stadium. Chasing
Watching that's a thing of joy. That is a true ingenious shot. That 2000 forward away. Oh, that's hit down the ground for that one is swung down the ground. No real up and over cover. Has it gone all the way? Oh, it has. What a way to bring up 100. His first T20 international, done with style and lots of power, and appreciated by his teammates in this crowd. Oh, that one.
Chasing a victory target of 219, New Zealand was able to score only 211 runs, losing 7 wickets in their allotted 20 overs. The opening stand of New Zealand was 81, where Tim Robinson was out for 37 runs. Rachin Ravindra scored 69 runs, while Daryl Mitchell chipped in with 35. In bowling, Charita Salanka captured 3 wickets in 4 overs. Wanindu Hasaranga claimed 2 wickets. Sri Lanka team won the match by 7 runs, while New Zealand won the series 2 matches to 1. The first one-day international between the two countries will be played on the 5th of January at 3:30 a.m. at Wellington in New Zealand.
New Zealand win the series 2-1. What a terrific match here in Nelson. Sri Lanka pick up their first win of the tour. New Zealand pushed them hard right throughout the 40 overs, but in the end it was Sri Lanka who came up tops.
We desperately needed a win, and it's so good to end the T20 series with a win. So all around it was good cricket, and even the New Zealanders, they played some proper cricket, and then we were so happy that we were able to pull the game back, and then so happy that as a team we got over the line. Both teams were equally balanced, I should say, to be honest, and even the first game we were so close, but we couldn't make it a win. So I think as a unit we did our homework, and it was so good to win this last game, and hopefully our team will take this confidence for the one days as well. The wickets were great for fast bowlers, and we were expecting some grass and some bounce off the deck. We had to keep it simple, we had to trust our skills and just bowl good lengths and good lines and let the ball do the talk. Sri Lankan batter got a T20 century after good 13 or 14 years if I'm not mistaken, so that was a class inning. Even KJP is a class act, so when he gets going I think he's unstoppable, so I'm very happy for him. I hope he will continue his good form for the rest of the T20 games we have in 2025. We trained pretty hard and we played some good cricket all around. I'm so happy that we ended the T20 series with a win.
Minister Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa says that the highest amount of funds so far allocated to the Ministry of Health would be allocated by the budget of this year. Now, the minister made this observation participating on the occasion of the opening of the first unit of bone marrow and transplanting of blood cells constructed in the government hospital for cancer patients and cancer children at the Apeksha Hospital in Maharagama today.
The financial contribution for this has been given by Ruhunu Maha Kataragama Devalaya. Sri Lanka Air Force has given their contribution in the construction of the unit. Third and the fourth stories of the four-story building has been used for the unit. Air Force provides a contribution for maintenance of the unit. Secretary of the Ministry of Health, Dr. Anil Jayasinghe, Air Chief Marshal Udeni Rajapaksa, Basnayaka Nilame of the Ruhunu Maha Kataragama Devalaya, Dishan Gunasekara, joined the opening ceremony of the unit. The minister said that the highest amount of funds allocated for the Ministry of Health in the history so far will be allocated in the coming budget, including a few years to come. He added that the development activities will be conducted by considering the next 20 years in the Ministry of Health. He also said that the future activities will be planned in accordance with the capacity of the Treasury and the requirements of the country. The minister said that a certain period of time has to be taken for this purpose. He further said that from now on, funds will be allocated not as per the demand, but according to a national plan. He pointed out that the government expects to conduct plans according to a decided methodology where the government is prepared to conduct the required legal amendments. The minister further said that in the future, opening and any commemoration plaque would not be conducted according to the concepts of the President or the Prime Minister and according to their proposals. He also said that everything will happen according to the specialists with ample experience in the concerned areas, and the responsibility of the implementation of agreed programs will be taken up by everyone. A professor's unit will be established at the teaching hospital in Nagoda Kaluthara in order to provide clinical training for the medical students of the Muratua University. Concerned development activities are to be carried out centering National Health Institute of the Kaluthara and Kaluthara Hospital. Minister Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa was on an inspection tour recently in the premises. More than 100,000 health professionals are trained annually by the National Health Institute at Kaluthara. The minister instructed the concerned officials to prepare necessary methodologies to join them to the health services of this country. Now, the Sri Lanka Freedom Party says that it is inviting those who have left the party again to join it. This view has been expressed at a media briefing held at the party headquarters today. SLFP Chairman Nimal Siripala Disova said that they will begin a new journey in the new year while strengthening the party by amicably resolving various rifts within the party. He said that the SLFP has planned to launch a special program to strengthen the party and invited all SLF peers who have joined other parties or given up politics due to various reasons. SLFP General Secretary Duminda Dissanayake said that the Sri Lanka Freedom Party will contest the upcoming elections, including the local government and provincial council elections, under the chair symbol.
Now, a majority of lives are lost untimely due to the low evaluation of human lives and vehicle accidents nowadays. A total number of 22,967 vehicle accidents occurred from January to December last year. According to police statistics, 2,243 of them have been fatal accidents and 2,000 persons lost their lives. The majority of those who lost their lives have been pedestrians. When drivers accused pedestrians for violation of traffic rules, pedestrians in return accused drivers of the same. Anyhow, ultimately the country loses human lives due to these accidents. A large number of accidents occurred during past several days in our country. With the festive season, a large number of vehicle accidents have been reported increasingly in chaotic cities. A considerable development can be observed in the road system of this country by now. Pavements, road signboards and pedestrian crossings have been constructed for the convenience and the safety of the people. However, there has to be a change in an attitude considering loss of lives due to vehicular accidents. Traffic rules have to be followed by everyone who value their lives and the lives of others so that the entire country will be safe. A law-abiding pedestrian and a driver will ensure the safety of everyone.
Here's more local news in brief. The Illegal Assets Investigation Division of the Criminal Investigation Department has been successful in revealing information about a fraudulently assembled vehicle business. A suspect has also been taken into custody in this connection. He has conducted this racket by arranging fraudulent documents while cheating the taxes, which has to be levied by the government. 8 vehicles have also been taken into police custody from the possession of the suspect. 3 vehicles illegally imported have also been taken into police custody. According to the Valana Anti-Corruption Unit, the vehicles have been registered with the Department of Motor Traffic using fraudulent documents under forged number plates. In a raid conducted in Pinmat area, a vehicle has been taken into custody by Valana Anti-Corruption Unit. The vehicle, similar to an army vehicle, is said to be used by a former provincial councillor of the area. The other 2 vehicles parked at a residence in Ratnalana area have also been found. A woman who was travelling in a 3-wheeler died when a van collided with a 3-wheeler at Atala area in Galigamu in the Kegol-Avisavela main road. 2 persons with serious injuries have been admitted to the Kegol General Hospital. In the meantime, 5 fatal road accidents have taken place during the last few hours at Chilau, Pindenia, Horana, Habarana and Mayangana areas according to the Police Media Division. 5 persons have been taken into custody for a theft in 3-wheelers and motorcycles by the Crime Division of the Kotena Police. 5 3-wheelers and motorcycle have also been found. The suspects have been taken into custody on a tip-off received from a suspect arrested from the Gonavala area in Kelaniya. Kandalama Reservoir is in spate now. The Department of Irrigation requests the public to be cautious in driving vehicles since the water is being flown down through the Vavala tank of Dambulla. It has been observed that certain vehicles travelling without any safety through the road adjoining the tank. The overflowing of the Mahakannadarava and the Nachaduva tank started today. 2 sluice gates of the Mahakannadarava tank have been opened, while all the 6 sluice gates of the Nachaduva tank have also been opened. All the 7 sluice gates of Uhitia, Ratkinda Mahaveli Reservoir have been opened. Residents of the area, along the wildlife officials of Sigiriya, have been successful in rescuing a wild elephant which had fallen into an empty well at Sigirimulla area in Kandalama. The elephant, which entered into the village, has fallen into the well.
A veteran politician and an intellectual of Sri Lanka, Dr. J.R.P. Suriyapperuma, passed away at the age of 96. Family members informed today that J.R.P. Suriyapperuma passed away in the morning today while receiving treatment. Born on the 8th of June 1928, Suriyapperuma has been an active politician. He has been a member of the United National Party and later on the Sri Lanka Freedom Party. He contested the 1970 general election from the UNP and later on has been an organizer of the Dadigam electorate. He officiated as the General Secretary of the Sri Lanka Freedom Party in the 80s. He represented Parliament as a nationalist member in the United People's Freedom Alliance government of 2010 and 2015. He has been popular among the people of this country as an intellectual. He has been awarded a higher claim as an activist who brought awareness through electronic media as a university lecturer and a foreign affairs critique. We have foreign news coming up on the other side. Stay tuned.
Dengue.
We take a look at foreign news now. Romania and Bulgaria have become full members of the European Union's free travel Schengen area, scrapping land border controls.
The expansion was officially introduced at midnight yesterday and was marked by celebrations at some of the country's border posts. At the stroke of midnight, the Bulgarian and Romanian interior ministers symbolically raised the barrier of the Danube Bridge. That crossing, also known as the Friendship Bridge, connects the two countries and is a key transit point for international trade. The two former communist countries partially joined the Schengen area in March when they lifted checks on travelling by air and sea. However, discussions over the land border controls continued. The final barrier to full membership was removed last month when Austria dropped a veto it had maintained on the grounds that more was needed to stop irregular migration.
Now, the Sri Lankan pool participating in the Under-19 Women's T20 cricket tournament between the touring Bangladesh team and Sri Lanka has been announced today by Sri Lanka Cricket. 15 players have been included in the pool. Manu Dinanayakkara of Princess of Wales College Moratuwa will be the captain, while Rashmika Sewandi of Anula Vidyalaya Matara will be her deputy. A special feature has been the inclusion of 6 players from Devapatiraja Vidyalaya Rathgama. The tournament includes 40-20 matches. The first match will be played at the Thurston College grounds in Colombo tomorrow. The second match is scheduled to be played on the 5th at the same venue. The third match will be played at the Surrey Village Stadium in Manguna, while the fourth match is scheduled to be played on the 9th of this month at the BRC Cricket Grounds.
That's it. That's a look at Rupavahini News for tonight. Thanks a lot for joining us. Together with Siobhan, I'm Sharon, wishing you a very pleasant evening.